Hi everyone, welcome back to Job One for All. This is the last video about collections. We are definitely going to use in future videos, but talking about collections specifically, this is the last one. And in this one, we are going to talk about queue and priority queue. So let's create a new class inside the Y collection package. Test queue test 01. Yes, VM, and let's create a queue. So the interface is queue, the object is priority queue, and as you can see here, following the same pattern, queue is the interface that extends a collection. But the difference here is that queue, it needs the classes, the objects that you are going to put inside to be a comparable. And why is that? Because through the comparable is when you are going to define the priority. If you think about the queue system, it's just the FIFO, first in, first out, and basically the way that Java is going to use to define who is first is through the comparable or comparator. So there are some interesting things that may happen here. For example, let me see if I can show this on my machine. Probably what I'm going to do, the results on your machine could be different, but let's see if we can give some examples here. So for example, just add some strings, for example, C, A, and B, and let's just create a for each. Press Alt Enter, iterate, Control Shift F10. Okay, so we have the values A, C, B. There is a chance that you may get these different. But why is that? Well, the priority queue is going to prioritize when you are actually removing things from the queue. So basically, there are a couple methods available. For example, you have the peek that's going to take a look at the first option, the head of the list. Basically, if you think about queue system, you always have the first object, the first person, and this is just going to take a look without removing it from the queue. The other one is the poll. Poll is going to remove the value from the list. So since it's first in, first out, based on your comparator or comparable, it's going to remove always the first element. So then you will have the order that is defined in the comparable or comparator. For strings, it will be the natural order, in this case A, B, C. And you also have remove, that's going to remove the head of the queue, similar to poll. The only difference is that it throws an exception if the queue is empty. And you have another one that's offer. So the offer and the add, they are basically the same thing. The difference is if you are using the one with capacity restricted, this method is going to just fail. No, actually the add is going to fail, and this one is just going to return a boolean true or false if you inserted successfully or not. So let's see, for example, if I create a while and check if the queue is not empty, I want to queue.poll. I want to remove each one of the elements inside that queue. So Control Shift F10. So we have ACB, but then when we start removing, we have ABC. Why is that? Because the priority then it's applied. So basically the priority is applied when you are removing the elements from that queue. If you use pick inside this, you are going to get an infinite loop because it's never going to become empty. Okay, so we have a priority queue, and how can we actually see a real example of priority queue? A nice example would be, for example, if you are working with e-commerce where you want to give priority to the carts that have more values inside. For example, the biggest checkout value would take priority over the other ones, no matter, for example, if you checked out later or if you are checking out earlier. Let's see this example. Let's create another one. We can copy this class, QTest01, Control V, and we can use for that. Let's move here. Let's go to navigable set test01. So we have mangas. Let's copy these mangas here and let's add it here. And basically, I will change here to mangas, and here will be manga. Now, if we go to our manga class, we have comparable, and we are comparing the title. So I want to compare the price. So mangas, not pick, poll. So I want to, let's say, if we are selling these mangas, I always want to give priority to the highest price. Now, the way we have here, we're just going to have the priority for the title, but we don't want the title, we want the price. And we have a comparator available. New manga price comparator. But we have a problem because the comparator is from the lowest price to the highest price. And this is not what we want. We want the other way around. But I don't want to change my comparator. We have an option here that is called reversed. That's basically is going to reverse the order. So now Ctrl+Shift+F10. As you can see, we are removing from the list, from the queue, actually, the prices that are higher. So if this was like e-commerce cart or basket, you can just take out or process first the carts with the highest value. So this is how the priority queue works. I hope you understood everything from collection so far, because from now on I'm just assuming that you are comfortable with collections. So the next topic will be generics, and from there on we are going to talk about more advanced topics in Java. So let's continue in the next video. Bye.